Hi, this is Thalia MK at Law 2.0 Conference, Dubai Winter 2022, and I have with me Mr. Thun Waegger. He is CEO, founder, and facilitator of WAEGGER Negotiation Institutions, and he has been awarded for outstanding leadership. Congratulations for that. Please tell us about your institute.
My institute is started 5 years ago. After working as a lawyer, I felt a passion for finding ways to solve conflicts in a more effective and more reasonable way than going to the court. So that's why I decided to call myself a reformed lawyer, facilitator. And I train people, advise people in negotiations, mediations, and conflict resolution.
Are there any specific areas you touch upon when it comes to being a lawyer for disputes, or what is your specialty?
I worked earlier in tax law and labor and employment law, but working as a facilitator in this industry, it's more about the process and helping people to avoid the court hearings where maybe, it's not a maybe, where the judge is deciding. Doing that in a negotiation or a mediation, people and the parties, both of them, have control of the process. So I help them to see that this is more beneficial, both on an economic side, on the stress emotional side, and time-wise. So advising them into this and train them, that is my main work.
Amazing. And I think so it's kind of a more win-win situation for on the both ends. In such specific scenarios, I don't think so that your client or you always get away with all of the things you ticked marked or had a checkbox on. So how do you deal with that? For example, if the boat is not sailing on your way and it is almost going towards the court, how do you deal with that scenario or situation?
First of all, it's a lot about why are we doing that? What is the reasoning behind? And many times you see that people are unaware of what they are doing. They are walking a certain path because they have done that so many times. And often when they hire lawyers, they go straight into the court. And what we see it's needed, it's to see the whole spectrum of approaches. So walking down, I will say, the stairs from the courtroom, you walk into arbitration and mediation, and then towards negotiations and conflict resolution. So you don't start at the highest level, but you start at the shortest steps and walk your way up when it's needed. And on that road, you could distinguish the case. So you will...
What if sometimes it doesn't go out like the way you planned it? How do you deal with that?
Then I will say, one of the most challenging parts in the negotiations is a belief that I will be able to always solve the questions. And many times you need to know I will not be able to do that. And that's what we call in the negotiation language the alternatives. Where do I go if I'm not able to solve this issue? So you should not always solve it, because you try to solve it and you try to work with the other party as much as possible, so you are able to imagine and be creative in the search for solutions before you evaluate those elements to see yes or no. So that is the process. So I think it's very important to think I'm not able to solve everything, and some cases should be brought into arbitration or court, and that's part of the job to distinguish those.
So, where are your services only provided? If I want to avail your services, I can get it in the Middle East, or how anybody can contact you?
Everybody can contact me in any business. The beauty of the online services is that I could be in Oslo, in my office, and I can meet you wherever you are. I would also like to sometimes sit down and have this conversation face to face, because that's very valuable. But many times you can solve quite a lot on the online dispute with the excellent tools we have available. And a lot more people got to know them and use them in a good sense during the COVID pandemic.
So, as dealing with sensitive topics, and how does it affects you as a person? Like you come across so many different things which you wouldn't have planned in your own life to get to learn. So, what do you take from all your experience, and how do you cultivate it and create your own new person?
The beauty of working in this industry is that I'm meeting so many amazing people. Many of them in a conflict, but to walk with them on a pathway to try to find solutions, I learn a lot. And I learn a lot about their businesses, where they come from, who they are. And a lot of it is about listening to the people and listening to try to understand them and understand where they come from. And when people,
No judgment zone. It's kind of a no judgment zone. You have to have that.
it is very difficult because we have assumptions and we have biases. And part of it is to try to be more curious than judgmental. And that creates an awareness. That is part of what we do in the trainings. We create a lot of awareness. Who am I? What am I doing? Who are you? And to be curious towards you and your experiences.
So you need to be a curious George to fix. Amazing. So at this conference, you have been honored with an award for your hard work. Tell us, how does that feel to work for something you've been putting your day and night to and getting acknowledgement for it? How does it feel, and how does it boost you in future?
It feels very, very good. It's great to be acknowledged for something I put my passion into. And it's not only me, but it's the family I have around me, the teachers that I've had during my way to both my previous career and in this career. And it's to all the clients I've been working with to acknowledge that I do a great job for them. And I really, really appreciate that.
Thank you so much. I hope to reach out to you if you want any advice, if you want to collaborate and just sit for a coffee and understand how you work. So how can I reach out to you?
You reach out to me on my webpage. You find me on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and through the networks that we inspire to be part of all over the world.
Thank you so much. And on that note, try to solve the problem and create a win-win situation before making it too much critical or serious. That is the point we're going to take from this. Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations. I hope to see you grow. And this is Thalia MK signing off.